Hey there, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Amanda. It's nice to have you. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the most common mistakes I see new real estate agents make. Mistakes are bound to happen, even if you've been in the real estate business for 10, 15, 20 plus years. None of us are perfect and we're going to make mistakes. But when you're a new agent, there's so much to learn. And if you can avoid mistakes like others, like myself, have made in the past, then you will find that you are able to get your business launched even faster than those of us who have made a lot of mistakes. And then you can avoid those pitfalls to make sure that you are on track and start to close deals as soon as possible. One of the most common mistakes I see new real estate agents make even before they get their license is thinking that real estate is going to be a walk in the park. And real estate is not what you see on reality shows. They are just that, reality shows. They're scripted. You're not going to show 3 houses to a buyer and then they look at the different choices and automatically pick one of them. It just doesn't work like that. Real estate is, what I like to say, not unicorns and glitter. If I knew how difficult the real estate business is before I got my license, I'm not even sure that I probably would have proceeded down this path. This is a really, really tough business. And you've got to be prepared that it really takes getting into the trenches and working on your business day after day, year after year, to be able to have it grow. And then once you have gotten past that growth phase, you certainly will have a much easier time getting clients and your phone will start to ring with referrals. But that's not going to happen from day one. The second mistake that I see new agents make the majority of the time really is dwelling on setbacks. And setbacks in real estate are normally related to our clients or maybe attempting to get clients. You will have family members who use a different agent. You'll have friends that do the same. And it's definitely a blow to your ego, but you cannot dwell on things that are setbacks. Absorb them, process them, give yourself a little time if you need to just say, hey, you know what, tonight I'm just gonna watch a movie. I'm not feeling into this. Give yourself that time, but a very short amount of time to process the setback and then move forward from it. The faster that you put yourself back out there and stop dwelling on it, the more you will find that good things are coming your way and you will start to get business. You just have to know that you're not gonna get all of the business. You're not even going to get some of the business that you really, really want. It's just the nature of the real estate industry. The third mistake that I see agents making, and I struggle even to this day of making it myself, is comparing yourself to other agents. So if you're a brand new agent, you definitely cannot and should not compare yourself to someone who's been in the business 5, 7, 10 or more years. They're so much further along on their career path, and it takes time to get to that point. Also, don't compare yourself if you have someone who says, door knocking doesn't work or cold calling doesn't work. Listen, everything works. Every lead generation method out there works, but that doesn't mean it works for you. You have to find your way of lead generating and then make that work and focus on that until you have just mastered that skill. And that's where you will find you thrive. Don't get caught up on someone saying something does or does not work. It really comes down to what works for you. And don't compare yourself to other agents who are in a different position in terms of where they are in their career. We all start somewhere, and you will get to that point. Use it as motivation to thrive and close more transactions and have more relationships, not as something that you are comparing yourself to and then beating yourself down because you aren't where that other agent is yet. The fourth one is another mistake that I made early on in my real estate career. Not so much anymore, but it's very difficult to sort of filter everything out. And that is, do not get sidetracked by bright, shiny objects. The moment you get your real estate license, your phone won't be ringing with clients, but it will be ringing with someone trying to sell you the latest and greatest. And they are going to promise you that you're going to get, the most amazing leads, and you're going to get exclusive seller leads, or you're going to be, the featured agent in your city. The taglines go on and on and on, and the facts are that there is no magic pill for success in real estate. It is hard work. It is investing in yourself so that you are a master of this trade. And it does not have to be that you are out buying some lead generation software or some program or a postcard or a social media manager, boosting your following. It can go on forever. Avoid all of those at all cost. Now, if you have the budget to start marketing, that's a different story. As long as it's budgeted for, then do your research, and by all means, if it's something that you believe is going to work for you, fantastic. But 9 times out of 10, when getting into real estate, and I was certainly one of those people, I had a very limited amount of savings, and I needed that savings to last until I started actually closing deals. So if you're spending money before you're making money as a result of real estate transactions, you really should be careful about steering clear of bright, shiny objects. Last one, number 5, is getting hung up on commission splits. If you have not selected a brokerage yet, then this one is for you. Do not focus when you are a new agent on commission splits, because the fact of the matter is 100% of nothing is nothing. There is a cost of learning and gaining experience, and that comes through a split to your brokerage, a split to your team leader, whatever the setup is. And as a new agent, you are going to have so many questions. You're going to need so much training that you need to anticipate the fact that you're going to need support, a lot of support. And if you decide to go with, say, 100% brokerage and you aren't paying anything back, you're basically taking withdrawals before you've made any deposits. And it's going to slow your growth. And it may even mean that you end up getting out of the real estate industry altogether, not because you weren't good, but because you didn't have the support that you needed. As a new agent, you need to be focused on making sure you can get as many wins as possible to really launch your real estate career. The sooner that you have closings, the more likely you are to remain in this industry, number 1, but number 2, also be successful. So don't get hung up on the splits. That doesn't mean down the road you couldn't renegotiate something, or maybe you decide that your initial brokerage, you've outgrown it and you want to go somewhere else. Completely fine and understandable. But when you are a brand new agent in the industry, your focus should be on what support, training, mentor program, whatever the setup is, so that you know that you are going to be taken care of and your questions are going to be answered so that you're able to get closings. It should not be on what your commission split is. Mistakes are inevitable, and when you're new to something, you're always going to make more mistakes than you would when you're a seasoned pro. But hopefully you can learn from these mistakes, many of which I have made myself, and avoid them so that you can get started and get moving in real estate as soon as possible. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did and would consider hitting the like or subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in today.